This segment brought to you by Farm Credit Associations of Kansas, lending support to rural America, and by American Ag Service, your DuPont Pioneer dealer.
Welcome back to Ag Aid in Kansas. I'm Brityne Rucker. We're back with our Young Leaders in Ag segment, and with me now I have Brooke Falk. Welcome, Brooke. Brooke, go into a bit of your ag background.
Well, I grew up on a small cattle operation in Harveyville, Kansas, where my family raised Limousin and Lim-flex cattle. I grew up helping my dad make breeding decisions and treating cattle that were sick and things like that, and helped with daily work on the farm. And that really inspired me to go into veterinary medicine as a career. I am a current second year at Kansas State University College of Veterinary Medicine, and I'm hoping to practice in mixed animal in a rural practice. I grew up in a lot of leadership positions involved in 4-H, FFA, and eventually state and national limousine associations. I served as the state president of the Junior Limousine Association for 3 years and eventually made it to the North American Limousine Junior Association Board of Directors.
Absolutely. And go into a bit of your board experiences and why you would recommend those to other potential young leaders in ag.
I loved my time on the board. I started into the Nalja experience a little later. I was in junior high the first time I went to junior nationals, and I can just remember showing up, and it was unlike any show I'd ever been to. We no more than pulled in, and people were helping us unload our trailer. And I mean, these were people we'd never met. It really is like a family experience with the Nalja team. And I knew from that point on that I really wanted to focus on helping represent that breed and the people in it. So when I got my chance, I applied to the board right out of high school. I sadly didn't make the board the first time, but I was able to make it a couple years later and served a term. I really enjoyed being able to help my organization with everything from fundraising to planning the junior national shows. I got to travel the country and see different shows like Fort Worth and our Eastern Western regionals, National Western. And I also got to go to Youth Beef Industry Congress, which was really fun out in Ohio. And it's just a really great experience. It gets you out there. I had never been on a plane prior to being on the board, so it was a lot of eye-opening experiences. And the board became like a second family to me. We spent a lot of time together at board meetings and on these trips. And I absolutely loved working with my advisor and my team members. I think that anybody who has that passion for agriculture, and particularly if they have a passion for a certain breed, would work out really well for being on a board. And if they have any questions, I would love to talk with them. I can share my experience or point you to people that I know on other junior boards. And I just really love my experience.
Absolutely. Brooke, I also want to touch on your experience at K-State, and now you're in the vet school.
Yes. So I actually started my college career at Allen County Community College satellite campus, and I eventually transferred to K-State to finish my bachelor's. I have a bachelor's in animal science and industry in the pre-vet option. I am, as I said, a second year at K-State's vet school, and I absolutely love the vet school. There's a lot of great opportunities for hands-on experience. You really get to know the staff and mentors. Even in undergrad, the animal science department was absolutely wonderful. The mentors and advisors you have, it's just great, the connections you can make at K-State.
Absolutely. And Brooke, last question, and this may be a easy question for you, but where do you see yourself headed in the ag industry?
Well, I'd like to return to rural Kansas to work in a mixed animal practice. I have some interest in working with bovine therio, which is reproduction, and I would really like to come back, hopefully to my hometown, but if that doesn't work, just rural Kansas in general would be ideal. I'd love to help 4-Hers, FFA members with their projects, things like that. I would love to help out in those respects, and if I have the opportunity to work with somebody within the breed and continue to raise my own cattle, that would be amazing as well.
Absolutely. Well, Brooke, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
I'm Brityne Rucker, and this has been Ag Aid in Kansas.